Have you ever done a 90-day run with your team? How do they usually turn out for you? Is it that everyone starts doing something and then by the end of the 90-day run, you're like trying to find your team? What happened to them? Where did they disappear? You're not the only one if this was happening to you. I'm going to share in this video why 90-day runs don't work, why they lead into burnout and people probably quitting your team as well. My name is Anna Stropnik and I help network marketers grow thriving business online and create a lifestyle that they love. Consider subscribing to this channel because here I share an episode every single week to help you further with growing your business. And also I have a blog, it's annastropnik.com. On there you can find more free content just like this one. So let's get started. So you've probably heard of a 90-day run, you've probably participated or maybe even ran one for your team. So I want to know, how was your experience with this? Did anything that I previously described actually describe your experience with the 90-day run? You kind of want to follow along and you are like working your like the plan, but the plan maybe is not like working for you, and you just kind of get like frustrated, and it's very like luckily you end up to the finish line. And then what happens after the first 90 days, they probably want you to do another 90 days following that. So ultimately this will lead to burnout, lead to quitting, because it's a hard work and it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So do they work? They do work, but usually like what happens in a 90 day is short term, because not just you but everyone else on your team, nobody wants to be pressured so much and put all this work into those 90-day plans. It's actually better if you have like a really good daily method of operation that you follow every day, that doesn't take up too much of your time. You're going to be in the game for a long run, and you're not going to be like quitting, and your team is not going to be quitting, which is even more important, because lots of times after these 90 days or whatever like runs we have to go and recruit a whole new team, right? Because everyone just disappeared. All right. So let's talk about a few things that happen. So like how this 90-day run, usually like the breakdown of a 90-day is that the first 30 days, the idea is to recruit, right? To recruit all the distributors, for your team to recruit, and then you have this whole bunch of new people working at the same time. So the idea is great. I love the idea, but it's just after doing it for so long, I've realized how exhausting this is and how it's not really lots of times moving that needle forward in your business. So you recruit in the first month, in the second month you're working with that team, you're helping them do their own recruiting, and then in the third month it's more like duplication. You have now story to share that happened within this first 60 days, and now you're going to be going back through your lists of people that you reached out but they were on the fence, and you tell them, hey, this is what happened, so and so did this, so and so did that, and hopefully that will get them onto your team. So after these 90 days it will naturally duplicate, but lots of times it happens the exact opposite. Right? So we get frustrated, especially if you're a leader. You get frustrated that it's like, why is this not working? So it may work once, but then you just have this like team that eventually is going to want to I don't want to spend every single second working this business, and that's absolutely normal. I've been in this industry for 6 years in the same company, and I always consider myself like, I will just do what it takes. I will never quit. And even though like quitting never crossed my mind, but slowing down definitely did, or finding better ways to actually save me time, so I can have a business, so I can have time with family at the same time, that one doesn't necessarily need to sacrifice another. So this is what I found also, is that when you have a team, you probably know that not everyone on your team is as hungry as you are, and it's really only like a small percentage of team members that really want to make it happen and the timing is right for them. But what happens with the rest of them? So for example, you start these 90-day runs, and even like some of them, like most of the team will join just because they want to do something, but they're not like 100% in. They're what we call like 80%ers, because 80% of people on your team always are not the ones that are super highly motivated. They don't see themselves as making like 6-7 figures. They're just like seeing themselves like making profits, getting free products, or maybe even are there just for community, not even interested in making money. Lots of people like join because they think they want to make money, but they end up staying for the community and like the trips and things like that in their network marketing business. So what we do when we do these 90-day runs, we're actually repelling these 80%ers that are just, nicely there, paying their subscription, their membership or subscription, right? And they're happy as it can be. And then this puts a lot of pressure on them, like, what's wrong with me? I should be a part of this, but I don't really want to. And, they feel like not worthy being in that team. So you may lose a majority of your team. And you may think, oh, they're like not doing anything anyway. But they are your bread and butter. They're the people that are on subscriptions, they're like your customer buyers. They're the soul of your team. So you cannot isolate them. When you do these things, consider that, some of the people are just going to go and disappear and hide. Okay, so like I said, I was all about saving time, and I went from spending like days during the weekend, especially during the weekend, like always, working my business because that was the only time I had off. But then instead, like one day my husband came home and it's like, it's a beautiful day to go to the beach. And I'm like, well, I've been doing this for so long, why not? And I found a different way and I started doing it. And ever since, I've been like, spending like a couple of hours on a weekend, maybe an hour to 2 hours every day, weekday, working my business, but I'm more effective with the time. So I'm going to share with you what I have built for my team. Instead of doing 90-day runs like crazy, that I don't have to do all the one-on-ones, I don't have to do lots of like trainings, everything is already built. So what we have, instead of 90-day run, we have a 30-day onboarding system. So when my team member joins, they actually get full 30 days of emails with post ideas for every single day and what trainings to do. So once they complete 30 days, that they know everything they need to know about the products, about the company, about our system, about building online, building on social media. They get all the basics. So as soon as they're done with their 30 days, we move them on to what I called Fastlane Attraction Marketing 6-week program. So in there, they actually learn what I'm learning, what I implemented and what changed my business, which is attraction marketing. So in attraction marketing, they're like learning lesson by lesson. It's kind of like puzzle piece. But what's a great thing about that is they go through one training, one module each week. And then by the time they're done with 6 weeks, it's kind of like making a puzzle, like all of these puzzles are actually going to connect together. So once you're complete with the 6 weeks, you already know what are you supposed to be doing. So I don't have any more like babysitting on my team, doing one-on-one trainings, which are, by the way, waste of time, because they're waste of time for you, they're waste of time for your team member, because usually they happen over the phone call, they're not recorded, and then they ask questions, you give them advice. Very unlikely that somebody is actually going to like take on an advice and implement it, and it's just a waste of time. But what if you actually had, somebody had a question, you had the training that answers that question, and you have it somewhere where anyone in your team, in your downlines team, ask the same question, you can point them to that training. It's way more effective. It's like documented, so you cannot tell them, oh, I told you that, because now it's actually the video. Did you watch the video? Okay, so that's how this system that I did for my team. I don't have to do anything with my new team member for 90 days because this is built in, this is automated. So if you'd like to learn more on how to automate your business, I have a free bootcamp, free attraction marketing bootcamp. You can, somewhere in this video, there's going to be a button where you can actually download that as well. So that is how attraction marketing is working. It saves you time. You are way more effective. So what we do, instead of doing 90-day runs, what I do after my people complete the 6 weeks program is I have a tracker, and I advise them to actually follow that tracker for 90 days. So to do all the activities that they already learned, they know how to do them for 90 days. Why 90 days? Because in 90 days you can really see, like how you will get results. You will get results, but you gotta be consistent in your business. You gotta be doing, but this is not going to burn you out. You're gonna probably keep on going after 90 days, but 90 days is just to kind of keep yourself accountable that this is going to work. You will start seeing results, and that will keep you going. So we want to build a network marketing business. We want to grow our team. We want to duplicate. We want our team to not quit, to actually stay, and we want them to stay long term and to do the activities that they actually love doing. So this is what I have now, and I absolutely love it. So go on my blog for more information. I definitely recommend subscribing to this channel so you can get free training every week and get yourself notified. Ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.